The journey from employee to creator-preneur. Not an easy journey. There have been lots of challenges, setbacks, roadblocks, frustrations. There have been so many moments when I felt like quitting and doing something else with my life, but I didn't. And I'm here today and I'm gonna tell you the entire story from when I started as an employee, hating my life, hating work, hating everything, to becoming a successful creator-preneur, running my own content business, working with dream brands, and making more money than I ever thought it could be possible. So let's get started and let's go back to 2017. It all started in Barcelona, 2017, at that little dark bunker where the air was so dense and limited that it was even hard to breathe. Picture this: no air, no music because it was forbidden, no freedom because the 9-to-5s were more like 9-to-8s, and only $20,000 a year. I was selling my soul for $20,000 a year, working overtime and leaving all my dreams behind. Before starting this position as a social and digital manager at a very prestigious chain of hotels in Spain, I almost made it on Instagram. Or at least I thought I did. I had lost my job at a startup and I took 8 months off to work and develop my own projects, Instagram and a blog. And even though I worked my ass off for this, 8 months weren't just enough. Not enough time to make mistakes, to learn from these mistakes, and to understand what it really takes to build an online business using social media. But I had to go back to work because I couldn't figure it out fast enough and I needed to pay my bills. So the moment that it really clicked for me was one day when I got to the office and my colleague told me that the director had seen me leave at my time sharp, which was 7 o'clock, but he didn't like when people left on time because he felt that in order to show your commitment to the company, you needed to work extra time. On top of this, he also mentioned that he didn't like the fact that we were listening to music, so we weren't allowed to have headphones on or listen to music in general. The director, my direct manager, and my colleague were all slaves of what society had depicted as the norm in a corporate environment. But I wasn't like them, nor I wanted to be another slave. So I quit, and it was the best feeling in the world. After that, I found a job at another startup, which was a little bit cooler than this previous company because at least they let you listen to music while you were working. But I ended up losing motivation again after just a few months, and the project didn't really work out and they ended up shutting down the company. So in July 2019, they gave us the best news ever. The project and the company were closing down. We were gonna be paying a compensation pack and we could also apply for the government help that would give you a monthly allowance while you found another job. Honestly, I was so happy. It was probably one of the best days of my life. The universe was giving me a green light to go and chase my dreams once again. So I started getting in touch with all employers, with people that I known, and started offering my social media management services and got my first clients running accounts for small businesses in Spain and in Canada while growing my photography Instagram on the side. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with this Instagram account. I just knew that I wanted to grow it, but people started discovering me and I started to get my first paid gigs as a photographer in Barcelona and other content creation projects. But managing multiple accounts while trying to build your own account was a lot of work. It was very hard. Bless social media managers because they work so hard. And soon I realized social media management just wasn't for me. I wanted to create a higher impact on people at a personal level. So I started doing social media coaching. To be honest, I had no clue what I was doing. I just started giving social media and content creation tips from everything that I had learned over the past years working for big corporations and startups. And I launched my beta coaching program, 3 sessions for $90. It was still more than I was earning before. I got 3 people in and 1 never paid. I had also heard a lot about email lists, although I didn't really believe in email, but I gave it a shot anyways. I created a free hashtag guide, which got me over 200, maybe 400 subscribers, and I launched my first big coaching program to this email list. I didn't follow any frameworks, strategies, or rules. And this launch brought me my first real coaching client. I think I signed up maybe 3 or 5 coaching students. And I remember thinking, people trust me, that's good. But pivoting from photography to social media was really affecting my reach. And it was really frustrating because I was positioning myself as an Instagram growth expert, but my Instagram account wasn't growing. I had done it for all of my clients, but mine was just stuck. So in September 2021, after thinking about it over and over again, I decided to start my third account from scratch, IG Creator Academy. I repurposed a lot of the content that I had posted on the photography account, so it was really easy to get started. And at that time, I was just reading a book called Launch by Jeff Walker, which was a step-by-step guide to helping you launch and market your first digital product or program. I had success with my first coaching program, but it was still not enough to quit my other social media management clients and go all in with this project. So I thought about creating a group coaching program that would help me bring more people in and generate more revenue, with the goal of finally dedicating my 100% to IG Creator Academy. The group program was gonna be called the Instagram Creator Academy, which was one of the main reasons why I also created this new account again. In October 2021, I had my first viral reel, and I literally went from like 1,500 followers to over 10,000 followers in just a few weeks. And by November, I had already grown over 30,000 followers. So I launched the IG Creator Academy program. One day goes by and crickets. Second day goes by, more crickets. Third day, still nothing. I canceled the campaign and I hit myself in my pain and frustration. Not even one person joined this program. And that's when it clicked for me for the first time. More followers don't equal more sales. I quit Instagram for 2 days. I cried. I thought about changing careers, but after that, I was already back at it. I think that's one of my biggest traits, or the things that I really like about myself the most, is my persevering. I don't give up and I keep going regardless of the challenges that I face. After my first failed launch, I started reading Pat Flynn's book, Superfans. And this gave me a great idea for strengthening my community, and this was creating a free challenge. So I created the free Reels challenge. At the end of the day, that's what most people knew me for, Reels. The challenge was a great success and it had over 1,500 participants. Then around that time, I got an email from Adobe. Are you freaking kidding me? Adobe wants to work with me? This has got to be a scam. But it wasn't. The problem was that I had no idea how to partner with a brand because I'd never done it in the past. So I did a lot of research. I think I Googled and found over 20 different blogs from where I gathered all this different information and created the best pitch ever. And this is how I closed my first 5-figure deal as a content creator with 38,000 followers. And that's when it all made sense. This is how it's done. This is how influencers make money, good money. But I consider myself very ambitious and I still wanted more. I still wanted to have my own product and build my own business. And I had always wanted to create a course. The Instagram Creator Academy might have not worked out, but I still had that brand which was growing. So I created my first digital product, a mini course on Reels strategy. The Explode with Reels course was one of my most successful launches up to today. It generated over $15,000 in just the first week. And considering this was a low ticket product, priced at $47, this meant volume. Lots of courses sold. Honestly, I was shocked and I couldn't believe I was selling this much. I remember I kept refreshing the page every 2 or 3 hours and the sales kept coming in over and over and over. It was insane. While this was happening, other big brands like Later, Delete, Thinkific, Notch, and Metricool, my biggest partnership up to now, started approaching me for partnerships. And with my new negotiating skills that I had learned from all the research that I did, I closed very lucrative deals. I even had to reject multiple deals because all of these contracts were exclusive and long-term. In total, I did over $50,000 only in brand partnerships in 2022. A few months after the Reels course launched, I wanted to create a new product, this time a low-ticket subscription. Since I was already sharing weekly trending audio and I was putting a lot of work into it, I thought making it a paid subscription would be a great idea. So in April 2022, I launched the Reels Trend Report. For $7 a month, you would get a weekly trend report report with 7 trending audio and 4 predictions, including tips, ideas, hooks, examples, etc. It was also a great success and it enrolled over 180 members. Then a few months later, in the summer of 2022, I was already working on my next course. My signature program would teach content creators how to grow on Instagram and make a full-time income from it, just like I've done it. I spent months and hours creating this program. I read books, I took courses, I listened to podcasts. I literally poured my heart into this program. And of course, I had very high expectations, and you know that with high expectations, high disappointments can come. A few months earlier, before launching this program, I did a pre-sale launch. I did a pre-sale offer where I would give access to 10 people at 50% and get their feedback on this program that I was creating. I got 11 people in, so everything seemed that it was going as planned. So the day of launching came, I did a webinar. I was so nervous because it was my first webinar ever, but I had been live quite a lot, so it was not the first time I was doing a live video. Anyways, I did the live webinar. At the end, I pitched my offer. I pitched this program and crickets. No one bought. I was freaking out. The next day, I had made 1 sale. Better, but still freaking out. I had done everything right. I followed the right frameworks and proven strategies that had already worked for thousands of people. But for me, it wasn't working. But I couldn't stop at this point, not like I did with the first program I launched, the Instagram Creator Academy. I couldn't stop. And the campaign for this program was gonna be running for 10 straight days. And I had to show up every day, multiple times. Thankfully, I managed to save this launch and more people enrolled at the end. A total of 22 students, including the 11 who originally signed up as founding members. So this launch barely passed the $10,000 mark. Still not bad. 2022 only continued to get better with more brand partnerships coming and more products like my Reels Creator Club, which was an improved version of the Reels Trend Report. And I knew it was time to invest in my business. I needed so much help in different areas, so I ended up hiring a virtual assistant right for the launch of this signature program that we just talked about. I hired an online business manager to help me organize and structure my business, and hired a video agency to help me launch and manage my YouTube channel. Between this and other expenses, my monthly expenses were rising over $5,000 per month, but that was okay because on average, my monthly income was about $10,000. That year, I crossed over $113,000 between brand partnerships, my products, and coaching. The problem came at the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, when multiple long-term brand deals ended and sales started to slow down. And in February 2023, I realized I wasn't profitable anymore. My monthly expenses were much higher than my monthly income. So I was forced to cut down on many expenses, including the VA, my OBM, and the video agency. I was back to doing everything on my own. And I knew I needed a quick cash injection, so I thought, I'm just gonna take my Reels course, which was a massive success, I'm gonna improve it and relaunch it, increasing the price. Once again, I had very high expectations based on how well this course did in the previous year. With doubling the price and improving my positioning as an expert in my industry over the last year, I knew sales would be great. So in March 2023, I relaunched my Reels course. On the first day, we did almost $2,000 in sales, which was pretty decent, and it looked very promising. But after that, sales just stopped. And I had no idea what was going on. I looked at the sales page, I improved it, I was promoting it over and over again. I was making sure that my messaging was clear. A lot of people had downloaded my Reels guide, so there was interest in this specific topic, which was original content for Reels, but sales just stopped. But once again, I couldn't quit. I had to continue promoting and showing up. In the end, it did almost $4,000, but it was so far from the first launch. It was disappointing and it started to really affect me. On top of this, my reach and engagement on Instagram were at their lowest ever. My YouTube channel wasn't growing and I wasn't profitable anymore. I really started to doubt myself, my skills, and my abilities, to the point where I thought about quitting Instagram for real. Luckily, Metricool had renewed me for another 6 months, which was great, but the partnership wasn't starting until April, and I needed cash now. Perhaps a good way of having made a quick cash injection into my business was by offering one-on-one coaching again. But at that time, I was traveling full-time and I couldn't commit to weekly calls. So my next decision was, okay, I'm gonna take my other product, revamp it and relaunch it, the Reels membership. And just around that time, Instagram had announced that they were gonna start prioritizing other formats like single posts, carousels as well. So I thought, why not taking this Reels membership and converting it into an all content membership? I already had members inside, so it would be really easy to get testimonials for the campaign. And so I launched the IG Content Club. In my opinion, one of my best programs up to this date, since I'm literally providing all sorts of value and resources every single week. But it was one of my worst launches ever, with only 2 new members enrolling during the first week of the campaign. More members have come after that since it's an open membership, but never near as many as the previous times I had launched this membership. And that's pretty much where I'm at the minute. As you can see, the journey from employee to creator-preneur has been a ride. I faced a lot of success and growth during my first year, and I feel like it was all taken away from me, but I'm grateful for that because I have enjoyed every single moment, the good and the bad. And when I look back today at that moment when I was trapped in that cubicle, I feel grateful for 2 different things. The first one is that was the first time I realized that I needed to start my journey, that kind of job and life was not for me. And the second thing is that I actually had the balls to do it. And all the fucking roadblocks, setbacks, challenges, and difficult moments have actually been blessings in disguise, because they not only made me a better entrepreneur, but also a better human being. So now you might be wondering, what's next one? Well, if you don't know me well by now, you know I can't stay still, and I'm already working on a new program which I believe is gonna be one of its kind and revolutionize the industry. My favorite part about this program is that it will incorporate a lot of artificial intelligence elements. Why? Because having gone through the challenge of having to restructure, reorganize my business, cut down on expenses and resources, and do this all by myself, I wouldn't have been able to do all of this without the help of AI. I'm also really excited to announce that I'm gonna be pre-launching this program at 50% for a very exclusive group of 10 creatorpreneurs that are gonna help me co-create, design, and shape the future of this program. If you're interested and you want to know more about this program and becoming a founding member, just send me a DM on Instagram. And if you made it up to here, I want to say thank you. I really hope that my story and my journey inspired you and motivated you to keep going after your dreams. It would mean the world to me if you would like this video and leave a comment saying what was your favorite part or moment of this video. And I will see you all next week for more social media and monetization talks. See ya.